Hey everybody, Nick here, and today we'll do a little disassembly on this little guy right here, who I've just over-tightened slightly in the 10 seconds worth of checking for permanent thread locker I just did. This is the Kaiser Tangram Knives Orion. So let's go on ahead and take it apart here. The reason I did a thread locker check is actually one of the other Tangrams I had on the table already today was thread locked completely shut. So I wanted to double check whether that was going to be the case here before I, dive into it here. Let me lift this off for a second. Sneak preview, steel wheel Modus over here in Bronco coloration for some freaking reason. Whatever. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and pop this guy loose. It's all T8 screws, which I love, by the way. And there we go. Here we go. Come on. And here we go. Perfect. Now the knife should come apart happily. Boom. There it is. This is built a lot like the other Tangrams I've taken apart, which makes, well, an astounding amount of sense. I would assume these are all being made by a different factory. And by the way, thanks to Kaiser Knives for sending these guys along, full disclosure. But, there we go. Pop that guy loose. Alrighty. And construction-wise, very straightforward. I mean, this is just a chunk of steel on this side and a chunk of steel on this side as I destroy everything. There you go. Case closed, problem solved. Whoa there, it's a very reflective inner liner. Damn it, Kaiser, you're killing me over here. This pivot is not wanting to pop through. That's okay. There we go. Just needed a little bit of love, that's all. All we need is love. Actually, that's not true. Love is helpful, but food and shelter are up there too. Maslow's hierarchy of needs does not stop at love. Sorry, Beatles. Anyways, back to ranch. What we can see here is that it's a pretty straightforward knife. There's not much going on here. Little G10 on the top, some skeletonization to knock down the weight. A little bit of gunk in here, so I have hopes that this is going to be a better knife, a better flipper, that is, once I have concluded my my afternoon travails here. Got a very, very large model running on the computer over there. Big old estimating data sort of model. And it's not making a whole lot of progress. But the joy of doing what I do and being who I am is that, well, that's work. It's over there chugging. There's not much else I can be doing right now, so I might as well come over here and disassemble some knives, right? Because this is a key part of my preparing to review something. You know, usually the way that I try and work things, by hashtag behind the gems, is that, come on. Face the other way. There we go. Is that I'll try and do my disassembly video, maybe at the start of the week, or if not sooner, before I actually plan to do that review, such that I will be able to, just grab it off the table, throw it in the pocket, and then, write the review when I get a chance. And I already, I'll write down any meaningful observations from the disassembly, although there usually aren't that many. Sometimes there are. But, yeah. But that gives me a little bit more, flex on when I actually do the review. And that way I know what's inside it, and I know that the action as I'm carrying it is good to go. Just trying to clear this out a little bit. I know I'm not using the right tool for the job, but it looks like there's some kind of thread locker in there that's been skeletonized, fossilized, some kind of lized or another. And I'm just trying to remove it. It's very gummy. It's a weird thing. Gummy pivots. Sounds like something some enterprising company would hand out at Blade Show. Yeah, have a packet of gummy pivots. All right. God, there's a lot of gunk in there. Let me try and get this out with some... There we go. Pop this loose here. Beautiful. All right. Well, there. Let's go ahead. Pop this in, pop this in, pop this in, pop this in. Beautiful. Using 10-weight nano oil in a little pen form here. That helps me use a little bit less of it, which is nice, considering it's pricey. Let's be real here. And as I've said many a time, and as I'll go ahead and say again, nano oil is a great substance. It works very nicely. There are many other great substances that work nicely as well. The fact that I'm using it is indicative of the fact that I think it is the best choice, at least for me and for my knife for my knife needs. But at the same time, you know, it's not like the only game in town. So if it's super expensive where you live or something, they want real oil, whatever works fine. So there you go. I've applied a little bit of the 10-weight oil, and by the way, check my knife disassembly toolkit here video to get a better sense of the tools I'm using and why. But let's go ahead and start the reassembly process here. I'm going to go ahead and drop the blade onto there. Note that I rotated the D-shaped pivot such that it's correctly positioned for this D-shaped hole in the top here, which is always helpful. Go ahead and pop a little bit of lubrication onto there. Here we go. Go ahead and spin this bearing a little bit. Beautiful. Drop the stop pin in place. That's always an important step. Knives without stop pins don't tend to go so well. Oh yeah, it's quality right there. And let's go ahead and drop this liner back onto position here. I'm gonna add a little bit of excessive lubrication, because what am I, if not excessively lubricated? That sounds really, really wrong, actually. Lubrication and moist are two words that really just don't tend to go well. Like you use them, you know, you wind it up, you're ready to use it, but it's you should just stop. It's like, no, this ain't gonna go so swinging. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop in the pivot here. I'm gonna use some blue thread locker. This is a thread locker and a stick, but again, check that video for details. But it's nice, it's handy, works, no problem. Here we go. Put that into place, and I'm just leaving that loose in there. My goal here, and I'll go ahead and actually depress the lock bar slightly. Yeah, there we go. It takes a little bit of the play out of the system. Now I'm going to go ahead and put in the 3 million screws in the back here, also known as 3. 3 and 3 million is slightly different, actually. For those of you keeping count at home, FYI. Numeracy rates, I assume, are slightly higher than needed for that joke than not be needed, but whatever. Moving on. And we'll go ahead and drop the... Well, I did go ahead and drop it, that's for sure. Very shallow fasteners here. Alrighty. Go ahead and put that into there. Beautiful. Alright. Little bit of... Whoa there. Tearing my freaking thumb apart over here. Go figure. All right, a little bit of blade play there, so I'm going to tighten things down. Oh, good Lord, that's sharp. Moving along. No blade play, though. Centering's good. No other issues. Can I loosen this up a little? Probably. Loosening it can help get a slightly freer action. Yeah, still no play. Yeah, that'll do. Alrighty, we're disassembled and maintained. There you go. Hope this has been interesting to you, and have yourselves just an absolutely wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.